Good evening and welcome to Speaker Club Saturday night number 99. It already is getting excited to be 7 more days to announce that Speaker Club Saturday night 100. It's getting so excited, and for that very reason, just loosen up myself of having this pressure that we're getting on to the 100 session. I thought let's have a talent night today. We had this wonderful session, Speaker Club Saturday night number 71, wherein we had creative bones or creative talents performances from different people of different kinds, and it was a session that is that brings still brings fond memories to me because of the kind of talent that we came to witness from different people whom we did not expect. We suddenly saw someone singing whom we didn't hear speaking all through the sessions. We saw someone dancing. We saw someone sharing poetry, shairi, and different forms of creative expression. And that was a delight to watch. And I'm sorry that I had to wait another 28 sessions to bring about another talent night. We'll make sure that we keep having this more often, because these are nights that make us remember, like the purpose of Speaker Club, to express and to experience different perspectives. Here, with coming to talents, it talks about the different talents each one of us is blessed with. Some of them could be pursuing them as a profession. Some of them could be pursuing them as a hobby. But however you do, it's your form of expressing who you are. And looking forward to your story, your expression of your talent tonight. So with that, let me welcome the first talent that we have for today, Prithideepa.
Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Akanksha is the one who brought me here, and I'm actually really happy about doing this. I never speak up about my poetry. There are a few of the people who actually like it, and me personally, I don't like my poetry, but I'm excited to speak about it today. The poem I'm going to be reading today is called Writing Letters. Writing letters on the skin of the waves and the rings I see. The sea is faring beautifully. Your eyes are naked. I see the turbulence. I see the less. The more I see, I adore. Writing letters on your skin akin to music, since you've been so close and far away still. I see you crave what you cannot hold. I see that you're drowning in the quagmire of him. I write letters on paper and send them to people who don't deserve the words in gold lining. They need the red lines, warning, threatening. Writing letters on his skin, the waves under his nails, the sand under his feet. Your eons under deep water, brine under fresh water. Writing letters on my deep blue sea. Thank you.
And we have a round of applause for her, and she doesn't like what she writes. Isn't it? I'm not sure what will you like when you write, but yet this is what you have to deliver on this wonderful night. I'm not into poetry, but somehow that's just coming through. Thank you, Prithideepa, for that wonderful poem. I believe with every line that you spoke of, each one of us, equally me, and I think everyone would have got an imagination about what you were sharing, and we were with you in that story. So kudos to you for sharing that wonderful piece, and thank you for gracing and initiating the first talent for tonight. Thank you for that. So let's move on to the next talent that we have for tonight. So Akanksha has shared the link to her channel, Roses for Dialogue. And she doesn't like her work yet. She has a channel yet. Let's see. We'll come on to those channels. I think what we can do is possibly at the end of the session, if anyone has any of their profiles, I'm more than happy to share them on the Speaker Club group, just to add a little more traction to the work that you do. And someone could be inspired by what you're doing, though you might not like it. Having said that, let's move on to the next talent that we have for tonight. Given the paucity of time, I'm inviting Dr. Garima to express her talent.
Thank you so much, Rahul. Had I not had a word with you, I might not have joined it, because my whole thing is on time. I shouldn't be late. But thank you so much, Uma ma'am, for bringing all these beautiful souls in my life. So, because it was Uma ma'am that I got to know you, Rahul, Dr. Rashmi Mane ma'am, all these beautiful people. So this song is somewhere dedicated to all of you. By the way, I don't sing well, but yeah, I want to dedicate this song to all of you. So it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. Lay the puzzle pieces out, find out what it's all about. Together we can change the world. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. See past where it's been charted. Roll your sleeves and let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. Thank you so much, everyone, for giving me this chance. And I just wanted to dedicate it to all of you. I know I don't sing well, but it's just my feelings for all of you.
Thank you very much. I think that was a wonderful song, and the lyrics of it say a lot about it. And given the fact that you are still better off than me, and I still dare to sing, and everyone, because they have to just listen to me, they listen to me. Otherwise, I'm far worse than even a bathroom singer, I would say. But yet I dare to sing, and I'm saying you are way ahead of me.
Drop our inhibitions. That is what it's all about.
Wonderful. Sometimes it's something. When it comes to talents, I would say it's what pulls your heart in. It need not be that you have to have that as a profession, but something which pulls your heart in is what you have to do. I'm not a great singer, but I have taken stage at multiple times and different instances for different times, and yet just because something tells my story better than what I could have said, I use music as a source to express that. Thank you for that. So who's coming up next? This time I didn't have the chance to call my lucky mascot, the first initiator always in most of my sessions, but yes, now we have. Please join me in welcoming Uma ma'am.
Thank you, Rahul. Let me sing a Ganesha song as an invocation. Gajavadana Karuna Sadana, Gajavadana Karuna Sadana, Shankara Bala Lambodara Sundara, Gajavadana Karuna Sadana. Ajanamarendranu Munivarum Paniyo Pankaja Charano Gajavadana Karuna Sadana, Shankara Bala Lambodara Sundara, Gajavadana Karuna Sadana. நீயே மூவுலகிற்காதாரம் நீயே வாழ்வினல் ஆகம மந்திரசாரம் நீயே வாழ்வினல் ஜீவாதாரம் நீ அருள்வாய் சுமுகா ஓம்கார கஜவதனா கருணா சதனா சங்கர பாலா லம்போதர சுந்தர கஜவதனா கருணா சதனா. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So you are going to have one more performance, ma'am?
I just wanted to ask some riddles, funny riddles. Can I continue this or after some time?
We'll come back in some time back to you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So thank you, ma'am. I think classical music is something which has always had its place. It's something which requires a dedication. Unlike a lot of things that we can learn today, YouTube, 2 months, 3 months, we are at least getting the basics and get going with it. I believe I've always had that respect for classical music, for the art takes the effort and the dedication over years, and to continue the performance and still delivering at this age, I must say, it takes an heart and it takes that dedication which you have and always have exhibited on this platform, Uma ma'am. Thank you for that wonderful performance. We'll look forward to listening to your riddles again back. Let's call in the next talent that we have. Can we have Tanvi? Is Tanvi there? Yes, go ahead,
sir.
Tanvi. So what are we having from you today?
I'll be reading out one of my poems.
Wonderful. Over to you.
It's called Starling. I'll start. Yeah. All the happy colors remind me of you, from red like love to all the magical blues. Your smile is as refreshing as the first sip of coffee. Your eyes are as calming as the waves of the sea. Your voice feels like listening to a hummingbird sing its best song for me. Your arms are my latibule, and to stay in them forever, I'd do anything I could. Your touch feels like the first rain after summer, and your fingers locked into mine are the rainbow. And even though you're like the grains of sand slipping off my hold, I'm more desperate to see you than I usually show. As your eyes come in contact with mine, I feel all your mistakes be forgiven. Spare 5 extra minutes for me, and I'm in seventh heaven. You're like an angel walking down from clouds. And trust me, I'm not mistaken. I don't know if this is how love should feel, but the butterflies in my stomach feel so real. Maybe I'm just drawn to you because of your perfection. Or maybe for you, I'm head over heels. Thank you.
Tanvi, do you have any rights in the sense, make sure you convert this into an NFT. I believe it will be up for sale and it will be making a lot of people who are in love chase these words to be expressed to their loved ones. Loved the kind of melody you had in the poetry that you shared. Thank you for sharing that. Loved it. Let's move on to the next.
Okay, and sir, that's her poet account.
I got that. I'll share mine also. After mine, please share mine also, please.
Sure. It's like I just wanted to show her off.
I know.
Show off my best friend.
I know. So thank you, Tanvi. And proud to have a friend like Akanksha who's pushing. Where's Deepa? She's left. Okay. And Tanvi, I've seen this kind of a bond. And it's wonderful to have it at that age, because I believe this is where, when you turn to my age, or you can't see the gray hair, but yeah. So when you turn to my age or even farther ahead, these are the friends I believe that will stick with you and make the memories worth it. Thank you, Tanvi. Let's move on to the next person who's coming up next. Do we have Ananya?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye. Go ahead, Ananya. The stage is all yours.
This is Ananya. I'm going to sing a song from RRR Telugu movie.
One more RRR fan.
Komma uyyala kona jampala amma vallo nenu roju ugala komma satuna pade koila kuvantu nato undala తెల్లారలా పొద్దుగాల అమ్మా నీ అడుగుల్లో అడుగేయనా కొమ్మ ఉయ్యాల కోన జంపాల అమ్మా వల్లో నేను రోజుగాల కొమ్మ సాటున పాడే కోయిల అమ్మా వల్లో నేను రోజుగాల గోరింటా బెట్టాల గొరవంకాదాయే నెమలి కాలెట్టాలే నెలవంకాదాయే కోరింటా బువ్వంట ఆటాడుకోవాలే దారెంటా పోతున్నా కుండెలు దాయమ్మ దాయే కొమ్మ ఉయ్యాల కోన జంపాల అమ్మ వల్లో నేను రోజు ఊగాల రోజు ఊగాల. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Ananya, for that wonderful performance. By the way, where are you, Ananya, and where is Akanksha today? So you seem to be in a different room or different house altogether. I'm not sure of that.
I'm in my grandmother's house and my sister is in another Kottapet.
Wonderful. Thank you for that, Akanksha, Ananya. Wonderful, beautiful voice, and I believe that's what comes with age. And keep practicing and keep growing. I think that's something that you can do and keep growing, and you can scale up in that. Thank you, Ananya, for that wonderful, soothing performance, I must say. Let's move on to the next performer that we have for tonight. Given that we have had 2 songs, let's hear it from Dinesha.
Thank you, Rahul sir.
Dinesha, just tell me, you're not going to sing RRR.
No.
Anything is okay. Go ahead.
Anything. Yeah. Thank you. I don't know how many of them are going to understand. It is a Kannada Janapada Gite, completely local. Uma madam is there with me because madam can able to understand. This song will go like this. Giyaga ga giyaga giyaga ga giyaga giyaga ga giyaga giyaga ಕುಡಿಯಲು ನಮಗೆ ನೀರಿರಬೇಕು, ಕುಡಿಯಲು ನಮಗೆ ನೀರಿರಬೇಕು, ಸೇವಿಸಲು ಶುದ್ಧ ಗಾಳಿಯು ಬೇಕು, ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮನೆ ಬೇಕು, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ತುಂಬ ಅನ್ನ ಬೇಕು, ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮನೆ ಬೇಕು, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ತುಂಬ ಅನ್ನ ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವ್ಯಾಕೆ ಬದುಕಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವ್ಯಾಕೆ ಬದುಕಬೇಕು. ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯ 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 ಗಿಯಗ. ಊರ ಮುಂದೆ ಬೋರೊಂದೈತೆ, ಊರ ಮುಂದೆ ಬೋರೊಂದೈತೆ, ಒತ್ತಿ ಒತ್ತಿ ಅದು ಮುರಿದೋಗೈತೆ, ಮಾಡ್ಸೋರು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳೋರೆ ದಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡ್ಸೋರು ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳೋರೆ ದಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆರೆ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಯೋದು ತಪ್ಪಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆರೆ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಯೋದು ತಪ್ಪಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯ 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 ಗಿಯಗ. ಊರ ಮುಂದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ತಿಪ್ಪೆ, ಹೇ ಊರ ಮುಂದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ತಿಪ್ಪೆ, ಸೊಳ್ಳೆಯು ಸೇರ್ತದೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳ ಬೆಪ್ಪೆ, ಆ ಸೊಳ್ಳೆ ಕಚ್ಚೈತೆ ಮಲೇರಿಯಾ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ, ಆ ಸೊಳ್ಳೆ ಕಚ್ಚೈತೆ ಮಲೇರಿಯಾ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ, ಮುಂದಿನ ಊರಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೈತೆ, ಮುಂದಿನ ಊರಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೈತೆ. ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯ 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 ಗಿಯಗ. ಚಂದ್ರಣ್ಣನ ಮಗುವಿಗೆ ಚಳಿ ಜ್ವರ ಬಂತು, ಚಂದ್ರಣ್ಣನ ಮಗುವಿಗೆ ಚಳಿ ಜ್ವರ ಬಂತು, ಮನೆ ಮಂದಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗಾಬರಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರನ್ನ ಮರ್ತ್ ಬಿಟ್ರು, 500 ಕರ್ಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು, ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರನ್ನ ಮರ್ತ್ ಬಿಟ್ರು, 500 ಕರ್ಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರು, ಮಗು ಸತ್ತೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬಾಯ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಬಿಟ್ರು, ಮಗು ಸತ್ತೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬಾಯ್ ಬಾಯ್ ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಾ ಗಿಯಗ ಗಿಯ 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 ಗಿಯಗ. Thank you.
Thank you, Dinesha. I'm not sure of what it meant, but I'm sure of how you felt while you were performing that. And I could see the joy and excitement of singing that song. And everyone over here, despite not understanding the words, at least most of them, not understanding what it means, I feel they were humming and already in the groove of what you're doing. I just wished it was in a physical space. I would have surely seen people standing up and dancing to this already. Thank you for that wonderful performance, Dinesha. Can we have a round of applause for him, please? Let's move on to the next performer that we have for today. Can we have who's having anything other than singing? Rabia? Yes, go ahead.
Poetry. May
Go
I?
ahead.
Yeah,
Over to
thank you. Good evening, one and all. Nice to see you all back again. Was missing you for all these 2 sessions, which I missed out. So mine is a few lines which have been heard by actually not original track of mine, but I was really touched with the wordings. तो थोड़ा सा चुरा लिया है मैंने किसी का, जो मेरे दिल को किसी ने चुरा लिया था वो वर्ड से, तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. ये पोएम मीन्स ये जो लाइन्स है ये दोस्ती पर है. So let me start. May I? दोस्ती मौसम नहीं जो अपनी मुद्दत पूरी करे और रुखसत हो जाए. दोस्ती मौसम नहीं जो अपनी मुद्दत पूरी करे और रुखसत हो जाए. दोस्ती सावन नहीं टूट के बरसे और थम जाए. दोस्ती सावन नहीं कि टूट के बरसे और थम जाए. दोस्ती आग नहीं सुलगे भड़के और खाक हो जाए. दोस्ती आग नहीं सुलगे भड़के और खाक हो जाए. दोस्ती आफताब नहीं चमके और डूब जाए. दोस्ती आफताब नहीं चमके और डूब जाए. दोस्ती फूल नहीं खिले और मुरझाए. दोस्ती फूल नहीं खिले और मुरझा जाए. अरे दोस्ती तो सांस है चलती रहे तो सब कुछ, जो रुक जाए तो कुछ भी नहीं. थैंक यू.
Beautiful, beautifully put. किसका चुराया? You're on mute. You're on mute.
It was shared in one of our friends group.
Okay,
was
so
actually-
you got it as a general forward.
Yeah, but I was really touched with the wording, so I thought to share it with one and all.
Definitely,
Thank you.
definitely. It was wonderful, wonderful to hear such words for friendship. I believe that's everyone's bond, everyone's deeper connection with someone or other somewhere. I think it resonated well. Thank you, Rabia, for sharing that. Can we next have Shreya?
Yes, sir.
Over to you.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I'm going to sing Jeena Jeena song of Atif Aslam's. One of my favorite song. Though I'm a bathroom singer, bear with me. I'm just gonna try it out. दहलीज पे मेरे दिल के जो रखे है तूने कदम, तेरे नाम पे मेरी जिंदगी लिख दी मेरे हमदम. हाँ सीखा मैंने जीना जीना कैसे जीना, हाँ सीखा मैंने जीना मेरे हमदम. ना सीखा कभी जीना जीना कैसे जीना, ना सीखा जीना तेरे बिना हमदम. दहलीज पे मेरे दिल की जो रखे है तूने कदम, तेरे नाम पे मेरी जिंदगी लिख दी मेरे हमदम. हाँ सीखा मैंने जीना जीना कैसे जीना, हाँ सीखा मैंने जीना मेरे हमदम. ना सीखा कभी जीना जीना कैसे जीना, ना सीखा जीना तेरे बिना हमदम. दिल से जो मैंने करी है, सच्ची सी है ये तारीफें. दिल से जो मैंने करी है, जो तू मिला तो सजी है दुनिया मेरी हमदम. आसमां मिला जमीन को मेरी आधे आधे पूरे हैं हम. तेरे नाम पे मेरी जिंदगी लिख दी मेरे हाँ सीखा मैंने जीना जीना कैसे जीना, ना सीखा कभी तेरे बिना हमदम, ना सीखा कभी जीना जीना कैसे जीना, ना सीखा जीना तेरे बिना हमदम। Thank you.
Thank you, Shreya. Wonderful song and wonderful voice. Let's move on to the next performance. You would like to perform? Not now, later? No?
Come on, Hirday. We wish to hear you. Listen.
Come on, Hirday.
No. Not now, not now. Okay, we'll come up after some time. Why are you shy? They're all family. They have been seeing you, they have been tracking you, they have been chasing you, know. They have already asked me how old is Hridaya, how long for marriage. So yes, let's get going with Chetan first, and then we'll see who's coming up left. Chetan, over to you. Chetan, you're on mute. Yeah.
Yes.
Chetan, can you take your camera a little down? You're very down in the video.
Okay.
Yeah, now looks better. Over to you.
This song is from Ashiki 2 movie, Tum Hi Ho. Tum Hi Ho. I'll try my best. Okay, it's a good song, but I'll try my best. Yeah. हम तेरे बिन अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा। हम तेरे बिन अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा। तुझसे जुदा अगर हो जाएंगे तो खुद से ही हो जाएंगे जुदा, क्योंकि तुम ही हो, अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी, अब तुम ही हो चैन भी, मेरा दर्द भी, मेरी आशिकी, अब तुम ही हो। तेरा मेरा रिश्ता है कैसा, एक पल दूर गवारा नहीं, तेरे लिए हर रोज है जीते, तुझको दिया मेरा वक्त सभी, कोई लम्हा मेरा ना हो तेरे बिना, हर सांस पे नाम तेरा, क्योंकि तुम ही हो, अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी, अब तुम ही हो चैन भी, मेरा दर्द भी, मेरी आशिकी, अब तुम ही हो। तेरे लिए ही जिया मैं खुद को जो यूं दे दिया है, तेरी वफा ने मुझको संभाला, सारे गमों को दिल से निकाला, तेरे साथ मेरा है नसीब जुड़ा, तुझे पाके अधूरा न रहा, क्योंकि तुम ही हो, अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी, अब तुम ही हो चैन भी, मेरा दर्द भी, मेरी आशिकी, अब तुम ही हो, क्योंकि तुम ही हो, अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी, अब तुम ही हो चैन भी, मेरा दर्द भी, मेरी आशिकी, अब तुम ही हो.
Can we have a big round of applause for Chanakya Institute?
No, it's
Chetan.
I'll read it.
Thank you, Chetan, for that melodious song, and it brings back memories for me, for all the memories I had at different times for different ones. Thank you for bringing back all of them tonight and making my night a little tougher. Thank you, Chetan, for that wonderful melodious voice.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for the
And,
opportunity.
Yep. Thank you. Who's coming up next? We'll go next. Nobody's left. We are glowing. Everyone is leaving now. You want to sing? Yes.
Nobody's left.
No, that is okay. Everybody's done. They're all going now. You want to sing? So please, presenting to you, Hriday, my son. Let's see what he has on store. The initial part will be just the music for him to get into the groove, and then he'll be singing. All the best to me. Okay, start.
First things first, I'ma say all the words in my head. I'm fired and tired of the way the things have been. Ooh, the way the things have been. Ooh, as broken young second hand second, don't you tell me what to think about it. I'm fired, love the master of my CEO. Ooh, the master of my CEO. Ooh.
Done? Believe it that? Believe it? No? Done? Thank you. You don't know? That's okay. Thank you, Hriday. Thank you. So who's coming up next? Who is still to get a chance? And yes, Akanksha, I forgot. The first bencher but last performer. Can we have Akanksha now?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
And
this is Akanksha.
She's come on the condition that she'll be off video to have a deeper impact about the story she wants to share. Over to you, Akanksha.
Good evening, everyone. So this is going to be a fun story, though Rahul sir phrased it in a way that it's going to be something serious and emotional. But let me assure you, it's going to be all fun, especially if you're fluent in idioms. So here I go. Aditi's father, Samath, was an English professor in a well-known college. He was very fond of idioms and a frequent user of them, obviously. He often complained that no one uses idioms these days, and thus he uses them more and more to confuse his listeners and have fun. Aditi's friend Ajay was a very simple boy who took a conversation in literal terms. So imagine one who loves idioms with one who takes a conversation in literal terms. One day, Aditi invited Ajay for dinner at her house with her father. Hey dad, this is Ajay. You wanted to meet him for a long time, so he's here now. Aditi introduced Ajay to her father. Ah, yes, Ajay. How have you been? I'm glad Aditi has finally decided to bite the bullet and introduce you to me. Hello, sir. I'm doing well. I don't know anything about Aditi biting bullets, but I'm glad to meet you too, sir. Ajay replied, a little baffled. Samath smiled slyly, understanding the nature of Ajay, and he decided to have a little fun with him. Give me a few minutes. I have been working all day. I'll call it a day. Until then, you can freshen up You're soaking wet with it raining cats and dogs all day. Dad, just cut him some slack, Aditi muttered, understanding her father's motives. But since even she was having fun, she decided just to play along. I haven't seen any cats and dogs, sir. It was probably because of me sleeping throughout my travel. But yes, I do need to change, he replied, trying to sound as normal as he could, despite him being completely perplexed. After a while, all three of them gather around for dinner. So dinner is going to be a barrel of monkeys then, Samarth commented with a mischievous glint in his eyes. I'm sorry, but I'm a vegetarian, Ajay said, absolutely horrified with the thought of having monkeys for dinner. Dad, easy does it, said Aditi, trying to stifle a laugh. She went to the kitchen, trying her best not to laugh, to give her dad and Ajay a good time together. Sir, I heard you're an English professor. Can you tell me more about your job and why you chose teaching as your profession? Ajay asked, desperate to change the topic. Long story short, English has always been my favorite subject, and many fear it because it can be all Greek to them, replied Samarth. But how can English be Greek to someone? I think it's a pretty easy language to understand, Ajay replied, still a little confused about one language being another. To be frank, English is as clear as mud, but it's not rocket science either. If you understand it won't throw you off balance, Samarth explained, trying hard not to split his sides. I totally agree, sir. Once you understand the language, it is really fun, Ajay replied, understanding bits and pieces from what Samarth was saying. He was picking up a little. You can say that again, said Samarth in excitement. I totally agree, sir. Once you understand the language, it is really fun. Ajay just repeated himself, not understanding the idiom all over again. Samarth couldn't contain his laughter anymore, but he still wasn't done pulling Ajay's leg. Aditi was more interested in science than languages. Though I tried to get her interested in English, it was like running around in circles. So when I gave her the privilege to choose whichever stream she was interested in, she was over the moon. Ajay did not understand the part where Aditi went to the moon, so he chose to rather let it be than sound them. Just then, Aditi came back. Ah, speak of the devil, Samarth explained, earning a curious glance from Aditi. So how is it going, Ajay? Aditi questioned him. It's good. We were discussing about how you weren't a fan of English and also about your dad's job. And at this, Samarth got excited because speaking about your own job is always exciting to you as a teacher. Oh, yes. Ah, well, my job makes me feel at my wits' end. It's the kind of students I get to deal with. Samarth started explaining more about his job. That's interesting, sir. What kind of students do you get? Ajay asked curiously. Well, there are lots of kinds, but some are really hard to deal with. There is this incident when a student of mine brought a dog to the campus and not many knew about it. I smelled a rat that something was fishy about him because he had ants in his pants during my class. He was a very talkative person usually, but this time he looked like the cat got his tongue. I finally decided it's better to talk to him personally, and thus I asked him after the class to let the cat out of the bag and spill the beans. He clammed up at first, but later on he revealed what the matter was. So the secret was finally out, straight from the horse's mouth. I realized his goose would be cooked if anyone else found out, so I warned him not to do it again. Because monkey see, monkey do. He later made a beeline to his house to leave the dog there. Samarth ended with a smug smile. Aditi couldn't contain herself from rolling on the aisles, seeing Ajay's flabbergasted expression after her dad ended. With so many idioms about animals while explaining about one single animal, the dog, was pretty confusing to him. So Ajay's jaw dropped at the end of the story and he immediately ran away with the end finishing line, which is, "That's a cock and bull story, sir."
Thank you, Akanksha. I think this in itself can be given to Uma ma'am for a class on idioms, and that should serve the purpose for the entire class. Wasn't it
Thank you,
wonderful?
sir. I've written it
Wasn't it
myself.
wonderful to listen to so many idioms used so aptly? And the funny part of it is taking that literally and the response to that also. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, sir.
your
I myself had to research a lot on this to write the story myself.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well written and well executed. I
Thank
look
you,
up to
sir.
seeing this being performed somewhere at some point in time. I'll look for and wait for that day to see this as a performance on stage someday, because it is indeed wonderful. For the usage that you've had, the kind of flavor and the mix that you brought out was wonderful. Thank you, Akanksha, for bringing this on this stage.
Thank you, sir.
Let's move on to the next performer for today. Who's coming up next? Who else is left? Before I give it back to Uma ma'am.
Hi.
You, what do you want to sing? Sing? Go ahead. Sing.
Everything I am, everything I am, everything I'll be, everything I'll be. I give it to you, Lord. I give it to you, Lord, and do it thankfully, thankfully. Every song I sing, every praise I bring, everything I do is a gift to you. Everything I have, everything I have, all you've given me, all you've given me. I give it to you, Lord. I give it to you, Lord, and do it thankfully, thankfully. Every song I sing, every praise I bring, everything I do is a gift to you. Everything I am, everything I am, everything I'll be, everything I'll be. I give it to you, Lord. I give it to you, Lord, and do it thankfully, thankfully. Every song I sing, every praise I bring, everything I do is a gift to you. The end.
The end bhi aa gaya. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone. So let's move on to Dr. Rashmi. You had to share something.
Yeah, means I will give 2 words and then I will sing bhajan. It's boring, but just for it is Marathi bhajan, but still I feel like everybody will understand because there is a Sanskrit word and Hindi word, so they will understand. But before that, I would like to say 2 words. Like women for long time have been treated as a kitchen queens. But I feel we are joining this 100 session over and like a nearly 100 session over, and I feel like the apron, because of Rahul, apron is become like into a cape because of 100 session. We are mindset completely changed. And for example, like a women always look after children, the sole responsibility is to look after family and all. But because of this 100 session, we are outlook of looking at society and everything is changed because of you. And I feel like it's important, the growth is change. So if you keep changing and keep growing, we learn from this 100 session. So thank you, because you cover a lot of aspects of life. So thank you. Thank you so much. Now I'm just singing my bhajan. शोधिसी मानवा राहुरी मंदिरी नांदतो देव आपुल्या अंतरी शोधिसी मानवा राहुरी मंदिरी मेघ हे दाटते कोठुनी अंबरी सूर येती कसे वाजते बासरी रोम रोमे फुले कितले भुवरी दूर इंद्रायणी दूरती पंढरी शोधिसी मानवा राहुरी मंदिरी गंध का हासतो आकडी सारुणी वाहते निर्जरी प्रेम संजीवनी भोवताली तुला साज घाली कुणी सूर्य घे जाणुने रूप हे ईश्वरी शोधिसी मानवा राहुरी मंदिरी भेट तो देव का पूजनी अर्चनी पुण्य का लाभते दान धर्मातुनी शोधरे दिव्यता आपुल्या जीवनी अंधळा खेळ हा खेळशी कुठवरी शोधिसी मानवा राहुरी मंदिरी नांदतो देव आपुल्या अंतरी शोधिसी मानवा राहुरी मंदिरी. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Rashmi. Apart from healing patients with her medical knowledge, I believe she has a healing touch with a spiritual angle as well. Wonderful. Thank you for that wonderful melodious bhajan. It was lovely to listen to, and it indeed has its own depth to connect and resonate with the spiritual side of each one of us. Thank you for that. With that, he has something more to add. Not a song. He won't bore you with the song, but he wants to share something. Go ahead.
The song now I sang, that means that nobody can break you down, and you can be built up by doing much more good things. And that also means that if you shall not, you shall be brave. You shall be what you can be. You shall try harder.
Wow, what a
Thank you.
yeah.
Now you know. Now you know where I get my ideas from.
Yeah, we know.
Thank you, Hriday. Let's move on to Uma ma'am again now. I would request who's by the name Subbu. who's by the name
Hi, Rahul. I joined back actually. 3 months back I joined. After that I went to hometown and today I'm back to
Okay,
city.
good. Welcome back. So do we have any performance or any talent that you want to exhibit?
Right now, no. I can do it in the next session onwards.
Sure. Anyways, next session will also have its own kind of celebratory mode. So look forward to seeing you, and
Sure.
let's see how we can accommodate some performance or some talent that you would like to exhibit in the next session as well. So
Sure.
let me give it back to Uma ma'am, to Sri Krishna. Yes sir, आ जाओ. स्टॉक मार्केट का 1 घंटे का लेक्चर दे दो, हो जाएगा हमारा काम.
अभी स्टॉक मार्केट का क्या, अभी गाना कुछ अगर मैं गाऊंगा तो बाथरूम सिग्नल लगेगा. आई विल ट्राई इट. इट्स इन तमिल. शैल आई ट्राई?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's from the movie Varnamayiram. So so the song is முன்தினம் பார்த்தேனே பார்த்ததும் தோற்றேனே சல்லடை கண்ணாக நெஞ்சமும் புண்ணானதே இத்தனை நாளாக உன்னை நான் பாராமல் எங்குதான் போனேனோ நாட்களும் வீணானதே வானத்தில் நீ வெண்ணிலா இயக்கத்தில் நான் தெய்வதா இப்பொழுதே என்னோடு வந்தாலென ஊர் பார்க்க ஒன்றாக சென்றாலென இப்பொழுதே என்னோடு வந்தாலென ஊர் பார்க்க ஒன்றாக சென்றாலென. नहीं आते मीन्स थोड़ा कोशिश किया.
No, it's always. We are. That's the reason we have this platform. Play, and you would find what you are great at, and you would have a platform to cherish what you love doing, and you will have someone who will always be there to clap for you. Thank you, Sri Krishna, for that. With that, I give it back. I think if Madhu, we have not heard anything from you.
I'm sorry, this week I'm completely busy with some guests just come to home. That's the reason just I joined, but sometimes I'm unable to come to video. Yeah,
I think that's a talent that we have from Madhu. He has some commitments, and yet he has made the time for Speak Up Club. Thank you. I believe that's a talent that we are looking from everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful,
My son is sleeping.
I see you have your hands full now. The baby is sleeping.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Madhu. Appreciate you still joining, and that makes our heart smile that you are still looking forward to joining the session and being a part with us on Saturday night. Uma ma'am, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul, and thank you, Hriday. We have a junior Rahul in the making, and he's warming up. If given a chance, I'm sure he'll come up with more songs and poetry. He's inspiring all of us. So a few jokes of a teacher and a student. Once a teacher asks, what would have happened if electricity had not been invented? Any answers from the students?
We can't connect the Zoom.
Huh?
You would not be asking this question.
So the student says we would have had to watch television by candlelight. Then again, the teacher asks, what is the outermost part of the tree trunk called? The student says, I don't know, sir. Teacher says, bark, boy, bark. Then the student says, woof, woof. The teacher is saying bark, and he's saying he thinks he has to bark. Okay. And then teacher says, what would you call a person who keeps on talking, but nobody listens to him?
Don't tell Rahul, please.
Student says it is teacher. Somebody goes on talking, but nobody is listening. Who is that? It is teacher. Then again, teacher asks, when did you see a flying saucer? The student says, sir, I saw it last night when my mother threw it at my father. Then teacher asks, which is the fastest, cold or heat? Student says heat, because you can catch a cold. Okay, these were the few jokes I had, and maybe some few riddles, and then I'll just wind up. Where does today come?
Answers in the chat or
You can tell it if you know.
Okay.
Where does today come before yesterday?
Dictionary.
Dictionary.
Yeah, right. And what has many keys but can't open a single lock?
Keyboard.
Or a piano. Very good.
Akansha, you're done.
Yeah. Your chance is over. What is harder to catch the faster you run?
Can I answer?
What is harder to catch the faster you run?
Yeah. Your breath.
Yes.
What has hands but can't clap?
Clock.
Right. Which building has the most stories?
Burj Khalifa.
STORIES. Stories. The
Library.
Then what starts with T, ends with T, and is full of tea?
Starts with P.
Starts with T, ends with T, and is full of tea. Teapot.
Okay.
I'll be answering in
This is
personal chat.
interest.
Akansha, yes, you can send to Uma ma'am in personal chat.
Okay.
Have that liberty.
This one is interesting for Rahul. What is the difference between a jeweler and a jailer?
Jeweler make the things. Jailer.
Oh, mic is off.
I'm sorry, I wasn't speaking. I'm sorry. Uma ma'am.
Yeah, jeweler. Difference between jeweler and a jailer. Jeweler sells watches and the other watches sells the jailer. One sells watches and the other watches sells. Okay, just last one. What can travel all around the world without leaving its corner? What can travel all around the world without leaving its corner? Yes, Akanksha has got it. Stamp.
No sound, Akanksha.
Akanksha को चुप करा दिया आज.
One last one. What has two banks but still not rich? It has got two banks. Yeah, she got it again. It is river. Thank you.
Whenever we have a competition, we should have a except Akanksha.
Speaker Club representative will be Akanksha. Go Akanksha, go. Okay, thank you, Ma'am, for that. I think with that we come towards the end of the talent night that we have in schedule. I would leave you with a few lines that I had written. I'm not sure you can call it poetry, but there's a video that I had done on this, but it is something that resonated with me in the form of poetry. I'll just read through that and then we'll go towards the end. And after the meeting, we'll discuss about the plans that we have for the next Saturday, which is the 100th Saturday night. So the lines go like this. बड़ी अजीब है ये जिंदगी, जो चाहिए वो अपना नहीं और अपना है वो उसे अपनाते नहीं, जो दूर है उनकी यादों में डूबे हैं, लेकिन जो पास है उनसे ही फरियादें हैं, जो चला गया उसका जिक्र बार बार है और जो पास है उनकी ना फिक्र कोई है। बड़ी अजीब है ये जिंदगी, जो सपनों में बुने हैं वो अरमान है अपने, लेकिन जो कर रहे हैं वो फरमान है किसी और के, जो कहते हैं वो करते नहीं और जो करते हैं उसका कोई जवाब नहीं, जो हासिल किया उसमें खुशी नहीं और जो रह गया उसकी उदासी में डूबे हैं। बड़ी अजीब है ये जिंदगी, जो हर गली कूचे का पता तो खूब रखते हैं, जो हर गली कूचे का पता तो खूब रखते हैं और दोस्तों के दिलों की आवाज से लापता है, जो बेगाने हैं उन्हें जताते रहते हैं और जो दिल के करीब है उन्हें भनक भी नहीं, कहना है जो वो चुप्पी में बंद है और जो अल्फाजों में कहा उसमें जज्बात ही नहीं है। बड़ी अजीब है ये जिंदगी, अब आप ही बताइए, अजीब है हम या अजीब है हम?
Wow, great.
Yeah, very,
So
very.
yes, with that we come to an end. So let me close the usual way and let's stay back after that. Saturday nights have never been this beautiful for the last 99 Saturday nights now. It's been an honor to be sharing our perspectives, listening to your perspectives, and gaining new perspectives. Thank you for the love that you keep coming back every Saturday night and adding life to our life and to every member of the Speak Up Club family. See you next Saturday, 9 p.m. for celebrating the Speak Up Club's Saturday night number 100. See you at 9 p.m. next Saturday again.